time for Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra. The show offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions. And now, here's Dr. Carmen Harra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my second episode of Live Now. I'm so excited with this show because it's my second time on KMET Radio, 1.90 AM, ABC Radio. And it's a calling show, so feel free to call in. The number to call in is 951-922-3532. And because we coming very close to Valentine, I said, let's talk about my new book, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the Seven Archetypes. Have you ever had a relationship problem? Unless you're one of the very few people who met their soulmates in high school and everything was perfect from the beginning of your life, the problem that we all experience in life is with commitment, with relationship. And I'm going to talk to you about this and giving you advice and tips about relationship overall. And most likely, I'm going to talk to you about commitment and the seven archetypes. Now, what are the archetypes? Carl Jung introduced the concept of archetypes in psychology many years ago, inspired by Plato. And Plato had a theory more than 2,000 years ago, the theory of forms, that inspired Carl Jung. And in this way, you know, we talk about archetypes in psychology. Archetypes, the word comes from archeem and typo, which means archeem, original, and typo, behavior, original behavior. We're such original people. We're so colorful people. We are not black and white. We're so colorful. We are a symphony of colors when it comes to emotions. That's one of the reasons why the way we express ourselves is in such an interesting and different ways. And our personality traits stems from our archetypes. And there are several distinctive archetypes. We are not born a certain archetypes, but we have predisposition towards a certain archetype. So lately, you heard a lot about he's a narcissist, or he's a hopeless romantic, or he's an introvert, or he's a free spirit, or he's a wounded warrior. What I actually did in my book, Committed, I took every single archetype that exists and I tried to define them and explain to you who you are. You know, I gave you a sort of a simple a psychological definition of the way you express yourself and make you understand that your strength, your weaknesses, your personality traits, your capacity to love, your capacity to commit actually comes from this archetype that you represent. And your archetype match another archetype. Now, there is a dominant archetype and a recessive archetype. So if you go to my book, you'll actually acknowledge that you might not be just one single archetype. You have a dominant archetype, but probably you will feel different archetypes within yourself. Also, what the book does becomes some kind of a predictability chart. Like you are capable to acknowledge who is your match. So if you are an independent, who is your match? If you are a hopeless romantic, who is your match? So that's why this book is an easy read, an easy way to understand your behavior, an easy way to determine your ability to get involved in a relationship and at which extent you can actually commit to somebody and who is actually good for you in a relationship. Also, the book talks a lot about emotional intimacy, how to control emotion, because in life it's very significant to keep emotion in check. If you allow emotion to control you, you'll never be able, you know, to have a good career. You'll never be able to handle a relationship properly. And you will wake up one day through life and said, well, I failed everything, every department of my life. So we don't want to get there. So the book teaches you how to to discover your dominant emotion, how to handle your emotional self, how to develop something that is called emotional intimacy, that is way more powerful than the physical intimacy. The book is also teaching you how to release the different patterns of behavior, and how to release people and places, things that you might not need in your life anymore. But I know I have some callers, and I'm going to go and take your calls. The number to call in is 951-922-3532. I'm going to go to Kim. She's actually, I think, my first caller. Hi, my dear Kim. How are you, my dear? Kim, can you hear me? Is Kim with me? Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we lost Kim. Let's go to somebody else. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, my dear? How can I help you?
I'm great. I was just wondering, both my husband and I are both October born, and it's both second marriages for both of us. He was widowed and I was divorced. Now I'm an October 4th. He's October 6th. And I believe both our archetypes are like the independent. So is there any guidance you can give us? For the most part, we do well together. But sometimes, because we both are the independent, I have to learn the value of attachment.
An independent works pretty well with an independent. An independent works pretty well with a workaholic. An independent doesn't work well with a narcissist, because they're not gonna tolerate each other. It's not gonna work very well with an introvert. It's not gonna work very well with a wounded warrior. But it's gonna work. So being independent, it means that you cherish your freedom, that you value your work and everything you want to achieve, and you have a plan in your life. So there are many things that are very important to you. You forge your own path in life. You don't, as I said, you don't depend on anybody else. You depend on yourself, which is very powerful, very significant. So, but where is your question? So independent matches an independent. Well, where is the real core of the problem?
Well, I don't know. I don't feel like there is an actual problem. Like, he also is workaholic, I guess. So he is independent and workaholic. That's probably why it's okay with me.
That can be an issue. If it's because when I said at the beginning of the show, we have a dominant archetype, but we have a recessive archetype. If his recessive archetype is being a workaholic, that's where you might have an issue with him. When he's a workaholic, will sacrifice his partner for his work. There's where you can go into a conflict with him, and you will see him paying more attention to his work than to anything else. Do you see that?
Yes, I do at times. Yes.
Yeah. I also have a feeling, and that's an intuitive feeling. And I may be wrong, but I'm just asking you, do you have a feeling that he has never been healed from whatever he experienced in his past?
Maybe from the loss of his wife.
Right. That's what I'm sensing. Like the healing took place, but not fully. There are still. It's very hard to heal. That kind of a trauma, that kind of a wound, takes forever to heal. And I sense that he's still trying. He's trying to heal. He's trying to heal, but he doesn't feel he's there yet. And you are a healing force, but don't forget, you are an independent. You're not in his life to necessarily heal him. You're in his life to compliment him, to be there for him, but you're not necessarily the healer for him, which is interesting to see. You're very good for him, don't get me wrong. But in order for this to get even better, is you have to become the healing force. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. So
it does.
How to become a healing force is by acknowledging that the wound is still there, is still open. And how can you heal that wound? By even talking about it, even being aware that the pain is still there, and trying to do everything in your power to make him feel more comfortable, make him feel aware that you are the person in his life, to stay, that you are somebody who he should rely on forever. You understand? Seeing you for who you really are. I think he's not seeing you completely for who you are. He see you partially, but not fully.
Yes,
Have you ever
I understand.
This way?
Yeah. At times.
Yeah, I mean, this has nothing to do with loving you. No, this has nothing to do with the man loves you. You are his wife. He cherishes you. He appreciates you. He values you. But he needs to also see you like you are everything. That everything that you're not a replacement. You are you, your own person, your own identity.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah. So in other words, I do believe that you're gonna get there. I don't see this a major issue. I think this can be done.
Yes. Yeah. I think this is the year for both of us for our health.
I agree. And also remember, this is the year 6, according to the Pythagorean concept of time. 2, 2, 2. 3 times 2 is 2. First is a female healing force, and 3 times 2, the Trinity, and the 6, adding the 2 and 2 and 2 equals the 6. 6 is the number of the family, the number of healing. So if you say, well, I need that healing now, you got it. This is the year. You even said it. This is the year for you guys to heal each other.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. And take this level take this relationship to another level of power. That's how I think it's going to happen.
Good.
So you're on the right track. This is working very well.
Thank you, Carmen. Appreciate your feedback.
I love you, Rosemary. And my book, Committed: Finding Love and Loyalty through the 7 Archetypes, can be helpful for you if one day you have time to read it. I really think it would be a way to introspect the independent archetype.
Yes, thank you for writing it. Appreciate it.
I'm grateful for you listening to the show. I'm also grateful for you calling in.
Thank you.
Amazing.
It's a great new show. Okay, Carmen.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. So okay. Hi, Kim. Thank you for calling back. How are you, my dear? Kim? I cannot hear you, my lovely Kim. For some reason, I think there's a problem with the reception with Kim. We're going to go to her later when, because I feel probably something with the phone. But you guys, as the Valentine is coming, we need to make sure that we work on our relationship. So many of us with so much struggle with love, and there's nothing more painful than love. Nothing hurts as much as love. So let's talk a little bit about how can we, heal ourselves when we're in pain, when we suffer, when we've been through a separation, a divorce, a breakup. What do we need to do? How can we, move forward? Because many of us get stuck. What I'm hearing all the time from all of you is, oh, Dr. Harra, I got stuck. I'm stuck for years. in the same cycle. I can't find anybody. I'm attracting always the wrong person in my life. What can I do? So somebody from Austin, what's her name? Hi, Lucy from Austin. How are you, my love?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Lucy, thank you for calling me, my dear. I'm so excited to talk to you. How can I help you?
I am very
Is this
excited.
topic resonating with you?
I'm sorry?
Does this topic resonate? Does this resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay. So how can I help?
So it's a two-part. The first is my parents are very old and ill and far away. And I went this Christmas to see them, thinking that I would have the courage to say goodbye. And I did not. And I am wondering if I will have the opportunity to see them again.
Yeah, you will have
for
the
crossover.
to see them again. You will see them again. I don't think this is their time to go. I think this will happen again. You will go again. Probably this year you will go again.
Okay.
Probably the end of this year, beginning of the next year. Probably when you felt like I want to say goodbye and I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye.
That is exactly what I thought this year, that I'm not ready to say goodbye. And
yeah,
then
you
when
were not ready because you felt this might not be it, and you were right. So your soul knew something, your own intuition was telling you this might not be it.
Okay. And
so
then,
so be happy for that. So
really? Okay.
Actually, there's something in my heart telling me that they may be around longer than you think. They are holding on. They want to be around longer. And it's interesting, in the world today, people live longer lives, way longer. And I feel them even getting better, and they are old, I know, and they have their own health issues, but
they have many health issues. My father has been given less than 6 months.
You know what I mean? Doctors sometimes, not that they are wrong, but you never know. You never know. I've heard many cases that somebody was given 3 months and they lived 3 years. I remember my husband was given 3 weeks and he lived 4 years. Just to give you an example. So doctor said 3 weeks and it's over. And my husband 3 years later was telling the doctor, so I'm still around,
Right.
And he probably would have been way longer if the doctor didn't give him the wrong chemo, that killed him in 24 hours. So I'm not blaming the medical system. I'm just saying it's impossible to know 100% from the medical point of view when somebody goes. And I've seen miraculous healing. I've seen people that supposedly they were dying in the next 24 hours and they recover and continue to live another 10 years. I've heard stories like this. So I have a feeling that they might be longer, way longer than they were told.
Although in pain or not, I don't want them to remain in pain.
No, they're not going to be in pain. It's not, the pain can be subside and they will be able to handle pain. And I feel like they want to be around. They still want to be around. Probably they still want to see you again. I feel their love for you is so incredible. Do you sense that love? Are you capable to communicate with them, like have those Zooms or virtuals, talk with them? Can you do that with them?
No, they're too old. They don't even have a computer.
They don't have a computer. That would be great if somebody will help them, like a technical person, a younger person can help them with that.
We have all tried. They have been steadfast against it.
So, but I tell you that they hold on to the hope that they will see you again.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Can I ask another question?
Sure, please do. Yes.
It's about my career and moving. I am in a place where my family is very unhappy, And yet with COVID and work, it's very difficult to move, period. And will you see us moving someplace, or my career taking off somehow, or will we be here?
I have a very strong feeling that you will move this year. The time of moving will be anything between May, June, all the way down to the fall. I think moving will be a good idea. I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh,
I think
we are very unhappy here. But,
yes,
we've been here for 16 years.
Will open doors, my love, to a new possibility, to a new energy. You know, you're in an energy field that is not healthy for you. So, and you feel the vibration being negative, you know, because we are frequency, we are energy, and living in an energy that is not healthy is not something that you want to do. So moving is so recommended in your case. So just get ready. As the spring comes, the move will take place. And it's going to be a very good move. It's going to be very profitable. It's going to make you feel so much better from every angle of your life, from every
including for my daughter, for my husband. For everybody, for absolutely everybody. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so grateful that you called, my love. And feel free to call any. The calling show happens. I will. Now that I found you, I will. Okay, my love. I send you all my love, and keep me posted about your beautiful parents. I'm sending them a lot of love and all the energy here from the show and from Miami, where I am. Sending you love to you and to your daughter and to your husband and to all of you. And thank you for calling, my love.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you too. Okay, guys, so this is a calling show. As you know, my greatest pleasure is to communicate with you. 951-922-3532 is the number to call in. My wonderful Justin is taking your call, so feel free to call in and let's communicate and let's find out in which way, we can give you some guidance, give you some insight, and in whichever way we can be instrumental to help you. We're going to go to a short break and we'll be back in a second. Hello, everybody. I'm Carmen Harra on Live Now on KMET, ABC Radio. I'm so excited to be with you. As you know, I'm talking about my new book, Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the Seven Archetypes. And I try to define a little bit the concept of the book and also take your calls. If you have issues in your love life or whatever your problems, feel free to call in. The number to call in is 951-922-3532. And now I have somebody on call on the calling line, and I'm going to take a call. And her name is Leilani. Hi, Leilani. How are you, my love?
Hola, Carmen. I'm good.
So good to
nice
hear you.
to see you.
How's everything with you, my beautiful Leilani?
Things are better. I'm actually going to drive to Florida. I want to check out Florida.
Please come to Florida. Absolutely.
Yes?
And please come and let's get together.
I would love that. I have a friend in St. Petersburg she moved from Denver and she loves it. So I thought I might as well go check it out.
A lot of people move to Florida lately because the weather is beautiful. It's so warm. It's always sunny outside. And I think this can be a great place for you too. Probably really different from California. So why not to try? You have the opportunity right now to be anywhere you want to be. And if you feel like I've tried there and it didn't work, then, the advice is go somewhere else. And yes, the idea to come here, it's very, very positive. So I feel very good about Florida for you. Where are you going to stay? Are you going to stay with your friend?
Her friend has her apartment for rent. She's going to India for 1 month. So I'm thinking about renting her apartment.
That's a good idea.
It's a little bit more than I want to spend, but it might be the good option.
Well, from what I know, because I lived in Florida for more than 20 something years. I mean, I've been between New York and Florida for 30 years, but in Florida you can find a rent that extremely cheap, very
Yes.
cheap. Actually, with the $300-400, you can find a very good rent.
Wow.
So I don't know how much you're spending, but anyhow, reality is that you can actually find a reasonable rent here, and I
Yes.
know for you that's important to know. And
But I
you
want you to know,
also
Carmen,
will
my
find work.
business is thriving. I'm having weekly clients.
You will find work, and you will find clients here. You will.
Okay. I wanted to ask you back to love because I know that's your topic today.
Right.
I'm just still single. And I had a dream about my old boyfriend last night, Yosef, and I missed him. And I met a guy the other day from Serbia, but I didn't really like his energy.
Don't get involved with people that you don't feel good from the beginning, because that's not gonna necessarily change. So be open to different possibilities, especially because now you wanna be in a new environment, so you're gonna meet new people. Be open to new possibilities and meeting new people. Someone new is gonna come into your life, but make sure you cut the cord to the past. You still
Cut the
connected,
cord.
plugged into that energy of the old boyfriend. So in
I
order
am.
to start fresh, make sure you close that door. Close the door of the past. You know what I'm talking about. As long as you still look back and still have dreams, it means something there, something that was karmic, something that has never been healed, has never been resolved. That aspect of your recessive part of the mind, the subconscious mind, needs to be healed. So try to make peace. Try to make peace with whatever happened there. I know you really like that person. And make sure you say, that is over. I don't want to look back, and I want to start fresh. I want a new beginning. This is the year for you, Leilani. This is the year to give yourself a new beginning. But if you sabotage yourself and continue to look back, then you're not gonna start this year in full force, and you will again not find the right person. I don't want you to go that road. I want you to close the door and open a new door.
Carmen, I'm very picky, though. Do you really think there's an amazing man that I will really connect with? Because I'm very, very picky.
Yes, it's okay to be picky, but you will be an amazing man. You don't want to just settle for anyone. You want the right man in your life, and I agree with you. And it's okay to look for the right person. It's better to be single than being with somebody who will just be in a compromised relationship. A lot of people just compromise, but compromised relationships are very difficult. I wrote a book on that, on different types of relationship, called Karma Queen Guide to Relationship. And I define different types of relationship. And if you're not having the right type of relationship, more the kind of a soulmate relationship in which you're really happy, in which you feel you complement each other, it's better to be on your own, because those compromise, they end up in separation, divorce, and two people who are just two strangers who just share a bank account or probably a house, and they have nothing for each other. So you don't want to go that way. You don't want to compromise. You're not that kind of a woman to compromise.
No.
So find the right person. Find that soulmate. They do exist.
Okay, and I read your book and I loved it. Your book was wonderful.
You'll find him.
I will this year.
Yeah, you'll find this year. And that will change your life for good. That will change your life forever. Because you're not going to be alone anymore. You'll have support. You will have somebody to share a life with. You will have somebody to build a home with. You will have somebody, to be there for you in every aspect of your life.
That would be so wonderful.
Life from total different perspective. It's going to be so good.
Wow, I'm so excited.
You deserve it, Leilani.
Thank you. And I read your book, and it's wonderful. So everyone listening, get Carmen's book. It was so good.
Thank you.
I love you.
Really a manual, for everybody who wants to learn who they really are. Who is your archetype is very, very, very important tool to know yourself. And to know what you need to do, to correct some of the personality traits that exist within yourself. There's a lot of narcissistic personality out there, and people are not aware. People are not aware that they come across like introverts, and they cannot open up to communication, or they cannot open up to intimacy. And they live like this, and that's kind of sad. That's why you see people who are single for forever, and they can never even get married, or people who are too independent for their own good, and those are people who have a hard time committing to anybody else, or people who are free spirits. They just pretend that they want to be in a relationship, but when they finally find somebody, they abandon their relationship in the middle of the road. So just because they have no awareness of their personality, of their archetype. So that's why I think the book helps you understand who you are. What is your archetype? So the book is like some kind of a guide to introspect. Who are you, in fact, in the real world of relationship? So thank you, Leilani, for mentioning my book. I really appreciate that.
Yes, I loved your book. I read it so quickly, too. I think my last relationship, the guy from Argentina that I really loved, I think he was a free spirit. He just up and left one day.
Free spirit. People who pretend they want to commit, but they actually cherish their freedom. And at the end, they will not commit. And they will give you the false impression that they want to. And you will live by the belief they will commit one day. And then the disappointment is huge when you see that they ghost. They just vanish. And that's what they're going to do. So a lot of people are calling me and said, well, Dr. Harra, why this guy just vanished like this? Why is this happening? Just because the real reason is the archetype, the personality trait, the fact that that person will abandon you in the middle of the road because he's actually a free spirit, and he doesn't really realize that he will never understand commitment the way you do. So you are somebody who wants commitment in a true sense of the word. You really want to be with somebody for good. But then find the person who's your match, Leilani. What is your archetype, Leilani, by the way?
I think I'm an introvert.
Okay. So if you're an introvert, then you need to work on your communication. You need to work on your ability to be more close, more connected, more intimate, more emotionally intimate with somebody. So you have your own inner work to do. And that's your dominant archetype. Is there a recessive archetype in you?
I thought maybe free spirit, because look at me, I'm on the road, and I love going into the unknown, and I love that. But I don't really want to hurt people, so I would never abandon someone just like that.
Right. But that's the recessive archetype. Yeah. But I also think that you are a hopeless romantic. Aside of me says you also have that as a recessive, because you in love with love, you're an idealist when it comes to love. You will love somebody, even if that person is hurting you, will continue to love that person. Do you agree with me?
That was probably the guy from Argentina. Yes.
Yeah.
Because Carmen, he was beautiful too. He was just very sexy and intuitive and mysterious, and he played the guitar and he sang and all of that.
How not to love him? Yes. Oh, God bless him.
And what are you?
Is he still in touch with you? Is he still calling or no?
No, he left.
No.
in 2013, the guy from Argentina, and he just cried at the airport and said, please move to Argentina. And I said, no. And he just left, and I never heard from him again.
Okay, so it's time to forget about the guy from Argentina forever. Because as long as we still think of him, how beautiful he was, and we try to find somebody like him, we block it. You know what is happening here? We're creating a blockage. It's not in a conscious way. So that's what I said. Cut the cord with what happened and try to create a new reality. So bring in somebody completely different from the guy from Argentina, but somebody who will be there. Somebody whose definition of commitment matches yours. Somebody who really wants to be with you for good, for many years ahead. You know, who's your match? Who will be an archetype that matches yours. Okay, my beautiful Leilani, thank you so much for calling me. I am so grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today. I love you, Leilani. Thank you. And come here. I'm excited to see you.
I'm excited to see you. I'm coming. Love you.
Love you more. Okay, guys. So the number to call in is 951-922-3532. This is Live Now. I'm your host, Carmen Harra, on KMET 1490 AM ABC Radio. Every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And people who are listening from other parts of the world, I know in Europe it's like probably 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys feel free to call in because Justin, my producer, will take your call. And again, have you ever had problems in love? This is the show for you. Let's talk about Kim. Can you hear us finally?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, finally. Okay, so we've been trying, but at the end, you know, when you try numerous times, at the end you succeed. How are you, my beautiful Kim?
I'm good. I'm good. You know me. I follow you, and I just have some questions again. Just basically about my love life in general. You know, the gentleman that I've been up and down with. What do you closure here? I'm trying to have trust and patience. And if you feel that I shouldn't have that anymore, then
no, I think you should. You know, very convinced that there is something going on in his life that you don't know. That there is something going on in his having to do with a member of his family, something that has to do with a health problem. But I am convinced that at some point you're going to hear from him. It might be around Valentine's Day, which is right around the corner. I don't think this is over. I don't think this was meant to be over. On the other hand, you know, me as a psychologist, as your therapist, if you come to me and say, well, the guy ghosted me, he vanished from the face of the earth for like a number of weeks, the advice will be, okay, let him go, look into into the future and see somebody else and try to bring someone else in. That would be the advice. Intuitively, I don't think this is over. Intuitively, I still feel this man will come around and will appear again. And let's leave it this way. So, okay, if the man comes around, then we'll deal with that reality. But so far for now, if you think you're ready to open up again to a new kind of love and bring someone else in, why not? You're a free woman, and bringing someone else in can mean excitement and allowing someone else to love you. Why not? How do you think about allowing yourself to be in love with someone else? How does this resonate with you?
I'm not ready to give up on him. I know the connection that we had, and I know the way he left. Was something's not right there. And you did mention something was complicated, and we've been holding on, and I really don't know what it is so complicated that he couldn't trust me to talk to me about. But then I told you last week, out of the blue, he posted a picture of some blonde girl and him in Las Vegas. And that tells me
he moved on. And I don't know I don't go by the social media. Sometimes information in social media might not be quite accurate.
But it was him. It was a recent picture of him because he had the glasses that I bought him.
I'm not denying. I can put a picture of me and I don't know who on social media. It doesn't necessarily mean I am dating that person.
No, but it was a snuggly
so what I'm
picture.
trying to say is
she was very snuggly.
I'm suggesting eventually to even reach out to him and ask him, okay, I can see that you are happy and I wish you the best of luck, and you're wishing him a wonderful life with this new person. See how he responds. He might respond, thank you, yeah, I'm in a new relationship. Or he might say, this is just a friend, or this means no, and indirectly giving you a feedback, and then you know where you stand. This is a way to approach this, or you can say nothing.
I mean, obviously the picture came from his post, his post. Like, he's the one that posted it, not her. And she was hugging him with her arm up his jacket. Like, they looked snuggly. They looked like they were together. And is there something deeper going on that the picture doesn't appear what it is? Is he in some kind of trouble? I just don't understand what is going on here.
I don't actually think this is what it appears to be. I personally don't see it to be what it appears to be, because let's face it, I don't think this man just found love in 2 weeks just like that. I don't.
Well, it's been 11 weeks today. It's 11 weeks.
11 weeks. I don't think you just meet somebody, you just fall in love like that, and this is about it. And
this girl is from his past.
Not possible. It is possible.
This girl is from his
to
past.
Fall in love in 2 days.
No, but this girl
in 3 days, it's possible. Everything is possible.
I investigated this girl. She's from his past. There's people that he knows, that she knows. Okay. So this is someone not new to him. So.
Okay.
What are you feeling from this? Is he something that I should hold on to still? Does he still like love me? What is your feeling? Like your prediction?
Exactly the feeling that you have about him. He's not done with you, and you're not done with him. So
do you
if
see him reaching out to me?
Past came back, it means he has something an unfinished business with that person. On the other hand, he hasn't finished the situation with you, so it got complicated,
Okay, so does he like this girl romantically, sexually? Like, what are they to each other?
But obviously, if you say this is somebody he was involved in his past, there must have been a reason he was involved with this girl. But I personally don't have a feeling that this is the person for him, because he left this person. He left this person, and the way he left this person in the past, he will leave this person again. You understand?
Okay, but hold on a second. Do you see him romantically involved with her? Does he like her?
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily think this is what the picture shows.
Is he involved with the girl, or is this?
I don't think this is a serious involvement. No. Mm-mm.
But he is dating her. But he is dating her.
I don't really see him dating her. No. I see an encounter. I saw that probably they met each other, but I don't think this is as serious as you might be tempted to believe. I don't think this is what the picture might tempt to invoke or imply. No, this is not it. No.
So, and did he leave me because of this girl?
Will bring a resolution. That's why, if you really have those feelings for this man, my suggestion is let's wait a little bit longer for the truth to be revealed.
Okay, did he leave me for this girl? Did he leave me for this girl?
No, he didn't leave you for this girl.
But are they romantically involved? Can you tell me that?
I don't think he's romantically involved. No,
so
I don't think
so. Are they business partners or something?
Not even. It's just sometimes people come back in our life because there's something we need to resolve that has been left unresolved karmically. And the moment that gets to a resolution, that particular person can exit our life. And I feel like this is a temporary encounter that so there will be closure very soon to this situation.
Okay, so when do you see him? When do you see Rui coming back to me? Any idea? Because you said
probably in the spring. So I don't know if I mentioned ever this to you before ever, but I have a feeling probably of the month of March or something that has to do more with the spring. I think you have to hold on to this a little bit longer. You might even hear from him in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Might take a little bit longer.
So you did mention the other day, March 12th. How does that ring to you still?
That rings right. That makes sense to me. So something else is happening there that you have to allow it to happen. That is part of whatever his experience, that is a past experience. We have to allow that to happen in order for him to be able to come back to you. And probably he will come back with an explanation.
Will it be honest?
Yeah. This is not a really dishonest man.
I just don't want to be a second choice. You know, you drop off the face of the earth, then you're with a girl on Facebook, and then I'm second choice. I mean, that's like degrading to me. You know what I mean? Am I second choice?
Don't take it. You take it very emotional, very personal. If you want this to ever work, don't take it this way. Because if you take it this way, this might never work. You understand?
But
if you put it from this perspective, then let this man go altogether.
Oh, okay. But am I second choice to him? Like,
not necessarily. This doesn't necessarily mean second choice. This is more complex than you think it is.
So did he leave because something's complicated with financial reasons, his work reasons? Like you said, there was shame involved.
This is way more complex that I can explain you in 5 minutes on the radio. This is more complex. The complexity of this needs to be revealed to you. But you are taking it very personal. You very emotional about it, and you tend to take it the wrong way. And I don't want you to interpret it the wrong way. I want you to be wise. I want you to allow the time to show you the whole reality, the whole truth.
But you think definitely, eventually, he will open up to me and call me and explain?
The whole truth will be revealed to you. And you have to wait for that and then reach a conclusion only then, not now, not yet. You're not in a situation to reach a conclusion yet. I have some elements, but whatever you have now is not sufficient to reach a conclusion.
I understand. So are you thinking Valentine's Day? Are you thinking?
I'm thinking anything between Valentine to March. So let's see if he does any move towards Valentine. He might be tempted to do. If it's not on Valentine, like I said, something in around March, middle of March, around that time. I cannot be that precise, but approximately that would be the time.
Okay, so 2 questions. Do you see me forgiving and moving on and rekindling this relationship with this man?
It's your decision to forgive. It's your choice. You know, in life we have a free will and we have a choice. If you choose to forgive, it's a choice to forgive.
I choose to forgive as long as there's a legit reason. Do you feel that you see us moving on and trying to rekindle?
Yes, I do see that choice.
You do see us trying to rekindle. Do you see it leading into something long distance?
Choice to forgive. Yes.
You see it being long distance and no more running away? Do you see him running away again?
No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. No.
Okay. So last question is, do you see me with any other? I don't see myself with anyone else, but I also need to figure out where he's going with it and what his explanation is. If he left me for another woman, my mind is already made up. But do you see me moving on romantically with somebody else? Where does my love life stand in general?
Let's not get there. Let's figure it out this one. Before we move to something else, let's interpret this one. Let's put the situation in a right perspective. So also we're coming to the end of the show, Kim. So let's talk on the next show because we have plenty of time. But we did discuss a lot this topic on this show. I think we did cover a lot. But
we did.
Digest it. Think about it. Okay, my love. Thank you so much for calling me, Kim.
Thank you, honey. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay, my love. Thank you, Kim, for calling me. So, so the show is coming to an end. I'm Carmen Harra. I'll be with you next time on KMET, ABC Radio on next Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Live Now with Carmen Harra. Thank you so much for listening.
You have been listening to Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra, heard every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And don't forget to check out